Well, it's a semi-beautiful day here in Manchester. Honestly, it's a bit cold out. It's about 43 degrees. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a few little snow flurries out there just kind of floating around. So, I figure, it's a bit chilly out. Let's first let me take that off of main automatic focus. And let's take a quick look at my car. A few updates for it to give you the latest info on what's going on. Needing new tires, obviously. These tires are bald. Look at that. Been driving around with that. So definitely going to get that corrected sooner or later. Oh well, as well as the alignment for the vehicle. The alignment's out of whack, so that's going to be needing some work done. All 3 out of 4 tires are bald. As you can see there, this car has been through hell and back, including scraping a little, that was my fault, scraping one of those little concrete pole things at Best Buy and getting my sound system put in. But there's a few updates about that, and I'll explain to you in just a minute. This is really bald. See that? I've already had 1 tire replaced, and obviously all 4 are bald. This one is as bald as can be. The alignment on the car is screwed over, obviously from having bald tires, and yes, that is snow flurries. It's quite chilly, but at least the car is running. We're going to do a cold start. As you may know, this car is by no means from New Hampshire. It spent all of its life in Mississippi, and I don't care if you see my plate, because guess what? I don't care. Anyways, we're going to cold start it. I'm going to see how well it runs, because obviously with cars like this, spending half their life in a more warmer environment can be kind of rough on these things. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start it up. Now, obviously, this car, there's quite a bit of mileage, which we'll go over that in just a couple minutes. It's got over 130,000, so let's give it a whirl. Works just fine. Starts right up. That's what I trust out of Chevy. Now this is new, obviously. I got this installed. Make sure it's not going to go over to Bluetooth of any kind. I do not want to start blasting music. I'm going to mute it. But there are a few issues. This is still popping up. That's probably because the tires are messed up. These computerized readers are horrible on these cars. But there's your odometer, which is 137,782 miles. On the car is, again, 42 degrees, and she's running perfectly. Let's give it a few revs. Sounding just as good as ever. Like I said, this is new. I had this replaced a while back. I don't know if you've paid attention to a lot of what goes on, but on my Facebook I had some modifications done, obviously, for this. This was installed. The front door speakers were also replaced with kicker door speakers, and obviously I had subwoofers put in the car, but unfortunately the amp got fried, so thanks to a friend of mine disconnecting it very violently, disconnecting the amplifier from the subwoofer. So I am without subwoofers right now. Still got them in there, but as far as a working system, not. Which obviously this radio here is nice, still running, and it can take DVDs, which is actually quite interesting for a car. And I'm pretty sure I can get mounted or separate screens to mirror the display of this over. I know Best Buy sells them to where you can put them on the head restraint devices and have it for rear seat passengers, which I have no desire to do that, obviously, because I don't have rear seat passengers and I don't take this thing on very long trips. I mean, obviously this is probably the longest trip I've taken it on so far, and I've put some mileage on it, obviously. Going through all the things there, it is kind of burning through oil very quickly. Obviously units, and it's not registering tire pressures. nor rear tire pressures either, which sucks. So, but you can't really trust that. I prefer using old-fashioned gauge, but as far as engine wise, let's check that out. I'll pop the hood for you. Let's pop the hood. So, popping that. I don't want to close the door all the way for purposes of the door may lock, and I can't roll my window down. So this car does need quite a few hefty repairs, but hey, it's nice and clean under the engine bay. A few little pieces of dust, but everything's running just fine. Nothing's wobbling. Nice healthy sound coming from the engine. Fires right up, doesn't misfire. Every now and then the transmission has its moments, but it's because the previous owner was a moron when owning this car, because upon getting this vehicle, it was pretty rough. The transmission line for the carried the fluid over to the reservoir to the transmission. From the reservoir to the transmission was dry rotted, and transmission fluid, car's pretty much pissing out transmission fluid. So, and obviously the 4T65E transmission is not the most reliable source of transmission. Everything's running, it's not missing, it's just staying as healthy as ever. So, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the engine. No need in wasting gas. But like I said, I was going through reviews on this car. It's not one of my favorites. With as far as transmission goes, I mean, honestly, people tell me all the time this thing will suck money out of you worse than the ex-girlfriend. And pretty much that's the case so far. I've already had major repairs of the starter, as well as the I've had major repairs of the starter, and you know, obviously things go wrong. AC Delco parts are probably the cheapest parts money can buy, but I'm not a big fan of them. So that being said, I'm going to cut it here. So dramatic zoom in on the Chevy bow tie, and that's it. Hey guys, sorry to keep you hanging here for just 1 second. Got a question asking, I want your feedback. Leave a comment down below. Do you guys want to see monthly updates on my Impala? I really want to kind of get some content of some sort. I'll try to get a monthly update on how my car's doing. If you guys want to see it, let me know. I want to hear your feedback. Leave a comment saying like to hear about it, like to see more. And hope to do more of these videos. I'm trying to get more viewers' requests. Basically, if you have any form of a request of a video that is within reason, let me know. Leave it down below as well, or just personal message me if you have any form of question of any type of video in the that is within reason. If you have a request, if you want to request a video that's within reason, other than elevators, be more than happy to do so. Let me know.